Jupiter's conjunction with Uranus brings surprising, highly unique opportunities, the likes of which we've never seen before and we're not very likely to see again. That's right, these exciting new developments in our lives are a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. Uranus is the planet of the strange and the unexpected. Jupiter is the great benefic planet of expansion and good fortune. When these two planets join forces, anything is possible. While Jupiter and Uranus do sync up roughly every 13 to 14 years, the nature of Uranus is to bring about events that are beyond our normal conscious comprehension. Uranus is a paradigm buster, and what we get from this combination is never what we expect, and certainly nothing that we've experienced before. That's why every Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is unique, with no two conjunctions manifesting in the exact same way. This particular Jupiter-Uranus conjunction will be extra unique in that it is the only one in the sign of Taurus that we'll experience in our entire lifetime. Taurus is the most physical, tangible, sensory sign of the zodiac. Taurus lives in the here and now and knows how to appreciate the joys of the material world. In the fixed Earth sign of Taurus, this conjunction can bring about exciting new opportunities for material growth, positive ecological advancements, and real concrete progress. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know to take advantage of all of the unexpected twists, turns, and opportunities that this alignment has in store for you, including a forecast for all 12 signs. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss an important astrology update just like this one. And speaking of unexpected opportunities, I just want to mention for those of you who study astrology and dream of someday giving meaningful, accurate astrology readings and making predictions with confidence, but you struggle to synthesize all of the bits and pieces that you've learned about astrology along the way, I have a very exciting, brand new, free opportunity for you. On Tuesday, April 30th, I'm teaching a free workshop on becoming a confident astrologer in less than 1 year. This is your 365-day roadmap for going from struggling to put all of the pieces together to using astrology for successfully navigating your life, helping your friends and family, and giving paid professional readings with confidence if that is your goal. Even if you can't attend live on April 30th, make sure you sign up ASAP so you can watch the replay. The live event and replay are only available if you register before April 29th. The link is in the description below. I hope to see you there. All right, so let's get into the general forecast, the general overview of the energy and how that's going to be affecting us more collectively. And this is super important to listen to, not just because this is a big collective impact that the Jupiter-Uranus is having on all of us as a whole, but because this is going to provide an important context for the energy that we're going to be getting deep into when we get into your forecast for all 12 signs, which we will be touching on in just a moment here. So let's begin with how this energy is going to be impacting us as a collective. This is called mundane astrology, predictions for more global world events and things like that. I'm not going to be getting super specific. Mundane astrology is not my specialty, but there are certain things that you can see bright and clear that are going to come about even more so now that Jupiter and Uranus are conjoined exact. Of course, this influence of Jupiter and Uranus has been impacting us really all year long and a little bit last year too. So this is not anything new. So we already have a good feel for the themes and energies that are coming up in our society that are brought about by this Jupiter-Uranus energy. But historically, Jupiter-Uranus conjunctions are associated with breakthrough technologies that change our paradigm, that change the trajectory of humanity in some way. Usually it's for the better, but not always the case. There can be things that are good but also cause problems. With the Jupiter in the mix though, Jupiter brings opportunity. It brings positivity. It is the great benefic planet, and Uranus rules technology. And so we can expect more technological advancements. Things like AI, new developments in AI, but especially things that are a little bit outside of the normal tech sphere. And so the AI stuff and all of that, that's more Pluto and Aquarius's game. What we're talking about here is Taurus. Taurus rules our roots. It rules the earth very literally. It rules like raw materials, food, agriculture, plants. It rules our body and our sensory experience. And so one of the things that I've been talking about for years now with this Uranus and Taurus energy is this like surge in popularity of biohacking. I predicted that like way before, well, it was already a thing. Biohacking was already a thing, to be fair, but I knew it was going to just become this hugely popular, super trendy thing that takes over, and that's definitely been the case. I think we could see some new developments in biohacking technologies that come out with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that could be very positive for our well-being. I also could see other things going on, like the hybridizing of humans with AI and other tech, that type of stuff, which maybe isn't so good, but with the Jupiter-Uranus, maybe there's a new development where it's used for good in some way, like to cure a disease or to help people who have some sort of disability or disadvantage. And so these things are possible under this influence. And because Jupiter's in the mix, the advancements that we could see in agricultural technology could provide an abundance of food without harming the earth, without more monocropping and frankenfoods, hopefully. We've seen a lot of frankenfoods since Uranus has moved into Taurus, and that's something else I talked about, I think back in 2017, that becoming a bigger thing, and now we have all this Beyond Meat and lab-grown meat and this and that, and all this chemically ridden stuff that is more of a science experiment than a food substance. But with Jupiter in the mix, this could be used maybe more for good, more for something beneficial. And also because Uranus is in the mix, Uranus is about doing things in a unique, outside of the box way. So this could be something that we haven't thought about before, we haven't encountered before, it hasn't been brought into our consciousness yet, that could change the trajectory of the way we deal with food. Especially right now where food prices are skyrocketing, I think that this could actually bring some sort of relief through some new technology. This is also an energy of decentralization, liberation, and freedom. That is all Uranus. And so this could be a huge movement of people rebelling against the current system, which I talked about back in 2016, 2017, before this really took hold with the Uranus and Taurus. And so this could see that expanding and becoming a more positive movement. We're already seeing things like regenerative agriculture. We're already seeing things like these breakaway people and groups that are doing more homesteading and growing their own food. We're seeing smaller businesses and smaller farms starting to pop up everywhere. And so this could be a thing, and there could be new advancements, maybe even in technology, that allow this to become an easier source of income for people, because right now it's not as easy to make a living for anyone who does farming, obviously, not just for people that are doing small scale organic farming and agriculture. And so I could see new developments in this that could be very positive. Also just calls for more increase in freedom, deregulation, decentralization of food, and also finance. And this is where we get into cryptocurrencies and the upcoming Bitcoin halving event, which I had to look up, you guys. I'm not a crypto person. I have crypto, but I don't really know that much about it. And so that happens to be coinciding with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And so we could see fluctuations in the cryptocurrency markets with that event. And, with Jupiter in the mix and Jupiter being the planet of expansion, I would assume that it would go in the way of growth, right? Of increase in pricing. But, again, I'm not an expert in cryptocurrency. You'd have to ask somebody like William Stickovers, who does this like almost exclusively. I'm not the person to ask about this. This is just what I see kind of from my perspective on a more general mundane astrology level. Do not take that as financial advice. But overall, this could bring a lot of really positive developments, I think, for the collective. So I'm excited to see what comes out of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It's not always that we know it's happening in the moment, like it's just out in the ethers and we're hearing about it on social media and in the news and all of that. A lot of the time, it's something is beginning at the time of this conjunction, and it becomes a bigger thing that we hear about later, or that becomes integrated into our lives later. But we know, once it is integrated into our lives, that it began around the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And so that could be something too. So we might not see it right away. We might see it like a couple of years from now, and we're like, wow, that technology was actually developed. It was patented. It began around the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So again, I'm excited to see what this brings. And on a personal level, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is going to bring a desire to break free from any limitations or constraints in the area of life being impacted by the conjunction in your chart, which of course we'll talk about when we get into the forecast for all 12 signs. But the main takeaway is this is an energy of craving freedom, craving excitement, going beyond the mundane. That Taurus energy is very stable, it's very secure, it's very tied in with its comfort zones. But over the past few years with Uranus transiting Taurus, we've been forced to expand beyond our comfort zones. And right now, that's coming about in a way that's going to feel easier to do and feel much more positive. For some people, we might be expanding a little too much and going a little overkill with breaking free from our past constraints, going a little overkill when it comes to rebelling against our current circumstances. But overall, the end results are likely to be positive. Because Taurus is all about the material, the physical, dealing with the sensory experience, unexpected material opportunities could come about, including positive changes for certain people with certain alignments involving wealth or property or health too. That's another thing. So that Taurus energy, because it is a fixed earth sign, it's not directly connected to health in the same way as maybe, Virgo might be, but it is a health energy, and it is an energy about food. And so this could be a lot of people making very positive changes when it comes to their food choices, when it comes to, where they source their food from, those types of things. And when opportunities do come up, they're going to stretch you outside of your comfort zone. And so you have to embrace the discomfort in order to take full advantage of this transit. If you are stuck in what you're used to and what's worked in the past, if you're not able to, work with a little bit of flexibility with this energy and take a hold of these opportunities, then you're going to miss the mark. And so, yes, positive changes could be coming from the outside that you have nothing to do with and that maybe you don't have to act on, but more times than not, if you act on these opportunities, they're going to expand even far beyond your wildest dreams. I also want to mention that things are probably about to get a little weird. Not weird in a bad way, but weird in a weird way, where you're going to be faced with things, opportunities, ideas, situations that you never even considered as part of your paradigm prior to this experience. And so things could get a little strange. You could find yourself embracing a way of life that you once rolled your eyes at, a way of life that you once thought was strange or bizarre, or a way of life that is so outside of your paradigm, again, you've never considered it prior to this moment. To put it simply, you might find yourself saying or doing the things that you once mocked other people for, but you're absolutely loving every minute of it, and you're kind of putting your foot in your mouth. You're embarrassed that you thought that these people were strange because, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And so this transit has already been active all of this year and through portions of last year in 2023. So you might have already started to experience some of this, but it's building and increasing and becoming much more prevalent into April of this year, and especially that central focal point around April 20th. But the energy starts to dissipate after Jupiter leaves Taurus, which happens on May 25th. So take advantage of it while it's still here. I also want to make note that this is not the only transit that's going on right now. And so a lot of people are having a lot of really difficult situations come up due to the eclipse energies, especially the big solar eclipse that happened on April 8th, which is still very active and being reactivated many times throughout the month of April. And so just keep that in mind when you're looking at world events, because I'm recording this a couple of weeks in advance. So, I don't know what has happened or unfolded after the eclipse, but there's already rumblings of things. And, it's not all just Jupiter and Uranus in our personal lives and in the world at large. So there's a combination of energies going on here. There is the energy of the fated, karmic, rather challenging eclipse that we just experienced. And then there's that pairing of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which is bringing opportunity. And so that is my general forecast. Let's get into the forecast for all 12 signs. But before we do, I just want to make sure that you're making the most out of your general forecast so you can really take hold of the opportunities that are coming your way. And so you want to make sure that you're listening to not just your sun sign, but also your rising sign and your moon sign. The rising sign will be the most predominant energy. The sun sign will be secondary, and the moon sign is important to listen to as well, although this energy will be more internalized and subjective. And so you want to make sure that you're listening to all three signs so you can get a more holistic overview so you can take advantage of everything that's coming your way. All right, let's get into it, beginning of course with Aries and Aries rising. For Aries and for Aries rising, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction brings unexpected opportunities very literally when it comes to your material possessions, your wealth, your money, your resources. You could have an outside-of-the-box way of earning a bigger income. You could have an outside-of-the-box way of gathering more resources. You could be making a very big, very unconventional purchase, and that purchase ends up being a good thing. It ends up paying off in some way. This could also be a return on your investments or a time to save or invest in very new and innovative ways. That could be part of this as well. But keep an eye out for unexpected financial opportunities, especially ones that feel uncomfortable, especially ones that are not what you would expect or what you're used to. And so in order to embrace this opportunity potentially for unexpected wealth, you're going to need to do things a little bit differently, and you're going to have to shake things up quite a bit. For Taurus and for Taurus rising, this could bring all sorts of different changes for you because this is impacting you very personally. You've been going through a lot of changes, Taurus, over the past few years since Uranus moved into Taurus back in 2018. You've been going through changes when it comes to the way that you show up in the world, your personality, the way you identify yourself, the way other people identify you. You've been going through changes when it comes to maybe your physical appearance, when it comes to your life's purpose, your life's path, the major life themes. There's probably been changes going on in your career, your home life, and in your relationships as a result of all of this as well. And now you have this big, beautiful Jupiter energy coming into the mix and causing you to liberate yourself from your old conventional way of living life even more. This could bring a lot of really beautiful, unexpected opportunities to you personally, Taurus. Keep an eye out for things that seem strange and things that are just like very outside of your normal paradigm, things that feel uncomfortable but very positive and very good. You could have unexpected good news. You could have unexpected windfalls. You could have an unexpected job opportunity or an opportunity for a move or a new relationship come in. But for Taurus, this is actually more about you directing the change. And so while outside circumstances could come in and shake things up for you, you have the power, you have the opportunity to change things in your life in whatever way you see fit, in whatever way you know is for your best possible, highest outcome. And so take advantage of this, because if there's something that's been feeling very limiting and restricting in your life, if there's something that's been holding you back from really embracing who you are out there in the world, as weird as that may be, now is the time to jump in, to go all in. For Gemini and for Gemini rising, this Jupiter-Uranus energy is happening in the 12th house. And so whatever opportunities are coming to you are coming more behind the scenes. This could be an opportunity for spiritual growth, spiritual exploration, to go on some sort of spiritual retreat. This could be a really powerful opportunity to connect with unusual forms of spirituality in ways that you never would have normally expected or embraced prior to this time period. And this could be a time for some sort of, pilgrimage, some sort of travel to a place that you had never really considered visiting before, because it has some sort of spiritual connections or implications. This is also where unexpected opportunities can come through secrets, through things that are kept hidden. It's kind of like there's this force working in your favor behind the scenes to rattle things and disrupt things and shake things up in exactly the right way to open your mind, to open your consciousness to something. For many Geminis, this could be an unsettled energy as well, where maybe your sleep is really restless. You're probably going to be having some really interesting dreams. This is also one of the best times, Gemini, to do like visualization exercises, manifestation exercises, whatever you want to call it. But if you are on this conscious and unconscious and subconscious level, on this deep level, connecting to whatever it is that you want to create in your reality. Now is a time where it can actually open up and expand for you. So this Jupiter-Uranus energy is going to bring opportunities through you connecting with altered states of consciousness, through you directing and guiding this through different types of practices like that. So this is a really great time to kind of get a little woo-woo with it because what's happening in the kind of non-physical, what's happening in your consciousness is going to reverberate out into your reality. For Cancer and for Cancer rising, this is happening in your 11th house, Cancer, and so really beautiful, unexpected opportunities can come through your friends, your social networks, and the people you surround yourself with by choice. And this is actually a beautiful time to embrace new friendships, to embrace new connections. New people who come in right now can benefit you and you can benefit them in ways that you never could have imagined. You're probably already embracing, I would say an eclectic group of people or more eclectic friendships where, your friends in the past 2 years are kind of the weirdos, but you like it, right? That's a good thing. When I say weirdos, I mean that in like the best possible way. The non-normies. And so this is the time to gather more of your fellow weirdos and to, embrace that and to just enjoy time with other people. This is a really beautiful time for you to connect, to enjoy group activities, socializing. Really crazy opportunities can come through your connections with other people. And so you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of that and that you're socializing and that you're putting yourself out there. There could be an opportunity to connect with a new group of people or a club or an organization, and that could be beneficial in ways that you never could have imagined prior to this time. And if you are a business owner specifically, the income from your business could increase through some sort of unexpected opportunity or in an unexpected way. For Leo and for Leo rising, this energy is happening in your 10th house, which is the house of career and public reputation. Career opportunities could be coming up for you right now, Leo. They could be coming about in ways that are unusual or unexpected or outside of the box, or you could just be feeling like you need more freedom when it comes to your work, when it comes to what it is that you put out there in the world for public consumption. Maybe you are thinking about starting a business. This would be a wonderful time for that. Maybe you're thinking about changing jobs, asking for a promotion. Maybe you get a promotion unexpectedly. Maybe all of a sudden you find yourself doing a job that you never would have dreamed about, but you are loving it. Now is the time where that is a potential. And even if you're somebody who's not working, this is about making really positive, really grand changes to the legacy that you will be leaving behind after your working years. And so this is a beautiful energy. Also, unexpected opportunities can come through people who hold positions of power and authority over you. That could be bosses and superiors at work, but that could also be people in your immediate environment, governments even. So just pay attention to what comes up, and if an opportunity does come up from, let's say, someone that you look up to in a leadership position, even if it's not involving work, this is a time to take that opportunity seriously and maybe shift some things, even if it's uncomfortable, so you can take advantage. For Virgo and for Virgo rising, for Virgo, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is happening in your 9th house, which is the house of travel. It's the house of expansion. It's the house of your perspective on life that is formed through your religious belief systems, your philosophical viewpoints, your moral and ethical values. And so something about all of this is changing for you. So your beliefs about the world around you, your perspective on life has been changing. You've been going through this big, massive paradigm shift that keeps coming up again and again and again, where your worldview was one way and now it's another way. That could involve religion, that could involve your philosophy on life. It could just involve your worldview in general. This is another time where that's coming up very powerfully, and it could actually come through like a partner or a friend or some sort of one-on-one connection where that person's influence changes things but opens you up in a really positive way. This is going to benefit you really personally, Virgo. This could also bring unexpected or surprising new opportunities involving higher education, involving teaching. So maybe you get an opportunity to teach, or you just feel this really compelled to share your unconventional wisdom with the world. This would be a great time to do that. Or an unexpected opportunity for travel, or a really exciting travel experience is already coming up for you, and it changes your life in ways that you never could have thought possible. And so for Virgo, I love this energy. For Libra and Libra rising, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is occurring in your 8th house, which is the house of debt, joint finances, and other people's money. It's also the house of investments. And so you might have an unexpected windfall through investments, through an inheritance, through your partner acquiring more resources, or having an unexpected job change, or your partner getting some sort of inheritance, or, cashing in on an investment of some kind. This is also a really powerful time where new opportunities could come in for you to learn or educate yourself or teach in the realm of the occult sciences, astrology, things of that nature. So if you want to jump in on the Becoming a Confident Astrologer in 365 Days or Less workshop that I am hosting on April 30th, this would be a good time. But for the most part, this is going to bring, I think, some very tangible opportunities. It could be an unexpected opportunity to clear away some debt, to resolve some past issue, to break free from something where somebody's holding money over your head. And that would be one of the best ways to use this energy. Power and control issues can shift very readily and very rapidly at this time, so you feel more empowered. For Scorpio and for Scorpio rising, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is happening in your 7th house, which is the house of partnership, one-on-one connections, relationships, and marriage. There could be a powerful opportunity coming for your partner, for your significant other, for somebody that you're very, very close with, and that could change your entire life. This is also an energy where a new partnership could come in. If that partnership does come in, it's very outside the box. It's different from what you are used to. It's maybe even a person that you wouldn't normally consider, but now you're like, wow, like this person, I feel it. And that could be a really beautiful opportunity as well. This could also be a really great opportunity to make changes together as a couple. So doing something really powerful, really expansive as a couple together could be a beautiful thing to do with this energy as well. I love this also for brand new partnerships, negotiations, especially, again, it has to be unconventional. Like this energy is something that you wouldn't normally think about or you wouldn't normally embrace, but now you're embracing it. And that involves relationships as a whole, negotiations, contracts, business partnerships, and especially if you're somebody who's married, this is definitely an energy where something in your relationship is shifting, but it's shifting for the better, and it's surprising what's coming up. It's something you never could have expected. For Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is happening in your 6th house, which is the house of work, health, and daily routines. You could have an unexpected work project come up that is like the best thing that you could have ever imagined, and it comes up in a shocking way. It could be that it's something you've never imagined and it comes up in a shocking way, and all of a sudden you're doing it, you're running with it. A new job opportunity could be heading your way. This is also a really great time to look to unconventional means for improving your health, or unconventional things that you can add to your health and wellness routine. So maybe something like biohacking, or making changes in your diet or where you source your food from. These are all really beautiful things that you can do with this energy, but these changes have to be dramatic, and they have to be changes that you've never done before, you've never considered, and it's very outside the box for you. So if outside the box for you is, taking an herbal supplement, then great. If you've been there, done that, then this is something that's far beyond that you aren't normally used to doing or that you've never heard of before. But overall, there could be also unexpected positive changes to your health where, you do something you weren't really thinking about it, and all of a sudden things improve, or you have like this spontaneous healing. So I love this energy for all of that. There could also be unexpected animals coming into your life. So unexpected circumstances around pets or unexpected new animals. For some people, that could be a big part of this as well. For Capricorn and Capricorn rising, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is happening in your 5th house, which is the house of fun, romance, hobbies, interests, passions, and also your children. So if you are somebody who has children, this could bring unexpected opportunities their way, or unexpected opportunities for you and your children together. This could also bring unexpected new developments in the way of pregnancy. But if that is the case, it's something that's very welcomed. And so if you're somebody who has been wanting to have kids or have more kids, or if you've been struggling with fertility, this could be a time where things open up for you in that way. This is also a really beautiful time to liberate yourself through your passions, through connecting with new hobbies, new interests, new passion projects, new forms of creative self-expression that you hadn't thought about prior to this time. There could be new opportunities for that coming your way, or new opportunities for you to share your creative pursuits and your passions with the world. This could involve something like entrepreneurship or starting a business, which is very fifth house. This is also one of the best times to go out dancing, go to your favorite restaurant, go out to a concert, have a night on the town, because unexpected opportunities can come your way through going out and just having a good time. This is also a beautiful time for dating and for romance. And so if you are somebody who's in a partnership already, take your partner out for a very unexpected, very extravagant, very outside the box date night, right? Do something that's wild that you've never done before and that feels uncomfortable to do together. And if you're not somebody who's in a relationship, this is a really beautiful time to connect with somebody. So, go out there, get your dating apps out. Find somebody to go have a night out with, because really beautiful benefits can come from it, and it could even turn into something long term. But for the most part, this is about just having fun and being light with it. For Aquarius and for Aquarius rising, this energy is happening in your fourth house, which is the house of home, family, property, and real estate. This is a beautiful time to make a move, to renovate your home, to start a big project like planting a garden or doing something with your landscaping. That would be very Taurus. Purchasing land, selling land, doing something with land. That's very much Jupiter, Uranus, and Taurus. Also, this is a really beautiful time where beautiful opportunities can come to make changes to the dynamic between you and your family. There could be changes to your family situation. There could be somebody leaving home or somebody being added to your home, but that would actually be more of a welcomed situation. And really, like, the main thing I'm seeing here is if you are somebody who's been wanting to change your place of living, to move somewhere really wild, like to a foreign country, or just get out of town and live or just get out of town and move, this is a time where the opportunity could finally arise for you to do that. And so that's what's going on for Aquarius. For Pisces and Pisces rising, this energy is happening in your third house, which is the house of community. So this is actually a really beautiful time for you to get out there and connect with your neighbors, your neighborhood, community organizations of different kinds. Unexpected opportunities could come your way through making those connections. This is also where an unexpected travel opportunity could come up for you, especially for like a shorter trip or something like that. And benefits that you can't even perceive right now could come through that travel, through that trip, through, just getting away for a few days for the weekend maybe. This is also a really beautiful energy if you're looking for purchasing a vehicle or changing something involving your commute. A really unexpected opportunity could come your way involving those things. And it could be something that you didn't really expect. Like maybe, you wanted a certain type of car and you get something that's completely different and it's like way better than you thought. Or maybe you weren't looking for a car and somebody gives you one or you inherit one. I don't know. This is also a really beautiful opportunity for learning something new. So expanding your education, taking a workshop like the Becoming a Confident Astrologer in 365 Days or Less workshop that I am hosting on April 30th. But really, this would be a really great time for you to learn any new skill. Beautiful benefits can come through knowledge, through acquisition of new skill sets. And also opportunities can come for you to learn about things that are unusual, outside the box, that you wouldn't normally have access to or really even think about learning. This is also a really great time for you to speak your mind, Pisces. If you want to write that blog post and you think it's kind of weird and people might not like it, do it. They'll love it. If you want to make that social media post, if you want to make that phone call, that email, if you want to, start that podcast, now is the time. The opportunity is here and the energy is beautiful for it. Just maybe give it a few days until Mercury is direct. That's something to consider as well. But for the most part, I mean, you're still supported even with Mercury in retrograde with this. So I love all of these things for Pisces. And so that is my forecast for all 12 signs. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to register for my upcoming free workshop, Becoming a Confident Astrologer in less than 1 year. So you can learn to give meaningful, accurate astrology readings with confidence and go out there and help other people. And in the meantime, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video and share this with a friend if you feel like they could benefit from the information I just shared with you today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.